allow me to inform the committee that I may be not the first person to serve in the three arms of government, knowing particularly the chairman himself began in the judiciary and has been in the cabinet. So that's maybe something that not many Kenyans are aware of. Yeah, I may not be the first one, but it's a good point. Let me go to the question by the Honorable Morugara, and it's a serious one. I don't think whether they really would be craving to have the judiciary being brought under the Attorney General. It suffices that the Attorney General is a member of the Judicial Service Commission, and from that position is able to advise on the issue of administration of justice. And also the fact that the Attorney General chairs the National Anti-Corruption Steering Campaign Steering Committee, which brings together the players in the justice sector, all of them. And without having to go to beginning to name all of them, that in itself places the office of the Attorney General in a very unique position to to run many of the functions that the AG's office is supposed to be. Law reform. Now, you've just talked about the Honorable Murugara, Mr. Chairman, spoke about the asset recovery. Asset recovery is an agency that was created just the other day in 2009 when the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act was enacted, and its operations placed under the Office of the Attorney General. Indeed, if you look at the Executive Order number 1, it is still there. It is still under the Office of the Attorney General. I don't think whether the Attorney General would want now to ask Parliament to bring more of this. But as you know, the responsibility to assign implementation of various laws is under the Constitution given to the President. And actually, some of it, like you may recall, when you enacted the Marriage Act the other day, you placed its administration under the Office of the Attorney General. Parliament actually did that, which is within its power to do. So I believe that what perhaps we need to do is to bring in policies that bring the Office of the Attorney General to its rightful place. And for me, my view, Mr. Chairman, for instance, is that the Attorney General's office, the state law office, should be like a premier law firm. It should be the place where even citizens would feel, inspired to visit to seek legal advice. I believe that kind of position has been eroded over the years, partly because of inadequate funding, and in fact, Mr. Chairman, the recent complaint from the Office of the Attorney General has been that they train state councils, and they end up losing most of them to, most interesting, Mr. Chairman, to Parliament, to the judiciary, and to the ODPP. That is a matter that really the Attorney General should be able to address. It cannot be accepted that people will move from the state law office to go and work in the judiciary merely because maybe the remuneration is better or the working conditions there is better, or go to the ODPP. But honourable members, because I will be making proposals on budgetary allocation, you just need to walk to that place. I have not been there, Mr. Chairman, for a long time, but when I went there, I wondered where it was that I was going to, because it looked like it's a very small place. But it is a place where there is so much that touches on almost every arm of government. Yet it has not received the kind of requisite attention that is necessary to give it pride of place. I will be pleading with members, particularly the National Assembly, to see to it that the other place is elevated, and even to retain qualified and experienced professional staff and people feel inspired. You should, if you went to look at where they conduct marriages, it's like a small cubicle that nobody would even want to sit there for more than 20 minutes. You feel that you might find the cockroaches around. It's very pathetic. Mr. Chairman, there was a question by the Honorable Kosing, member for Pokot South.